ज्ञानतिम्रन्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनाशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरुवे नमः. Once upon a time, some people heard the radio message that within some hours, your location will be hit by tsunami, hurricane, earthquake and tornado. So the first point is that these people, they got aware of the trouble that is coming. As soon as they got awareness, then they became in fear. So they decided quickly to evacuate their house and go to evacuation center. Because first of all, they heard from the perfect source. Number two, they got aware of the suffering. And number three, they collectively are making decision to take shelter. Similarly, if you hear from the perfect source, you'll also be aware of 7 kinds of troubles in this world, which gives lot of suffering and pain to people. So the spiritual radio says that you are suffering from birth, death, old age, disease, Adi Atmik Dukh, Adi Bhautik Dukh and Adi Devik Dukh. Birth itself a very painful situation, just like if you enter a jail, your pain starts. Disease is also a very painful situation. It makes people suffer like anything. Old age is also a painful situation where people are so weak and their whole body metabolism is not working properly, getting indigestion, constipation, liver problem, unable to eat normal diet, very difficult to walk, walking with stick, having short breath at many times, having bloating while eating, numbness, the legs and hand becomes numb, and when they walk, when they get hurt, they don't know that they even got hurt. Diabetes and NCDs are too much. I don't want to elaborate more on that, but the suffering are so many, it's very difficult to list all the sufferings. And at last, death is a suffering. People are very fearful of the death. You have to leave everything and go. Despite making so much effort here, you have to leave the effort and go. It's a suffering, it's an anxiety. Apart from all these 4, we have 3 more. Adi Devik Dukh. This suffering is caused by divine intervention, like too much rain, too much heat, tornado, hurricane, tidal waves, pandemic diseases. The second suffering out of 3 is Adi Bhautik. Misery is caused by other living entities. Like you got sick by germs, beaten by dogs, scolded by your elders or even youngsters, humiliated by people, over taxation. You have to suffer expensive items. People can cheat you. Meaning that other people, other living entities who impose suffering on you. And the third one out of 3 is Adi Atmik Dukh, Adi Atmik suffering, which is caused by your mind and your body. Lot of tension and pressure on head, a lot of load on head causes lot of suffering and indigestion and diseases. So mental anxiety gives you trouble. Then to the body, we have leg pain, indigestion, pains around the joints and all kinds of diseases, like for example stroke, short breath, diabetes, high body fever and so on. Spiritual science says that there is a place which is called Krishna Dham, where all these troubles are not there. That's why it is called Vaikunta. Kunta means trouble and Vaikunta means if you put Vai in front of Kunta, it adds to a opposite meaning. So Vai means no, Kunta means suffering, where there is no suffering. So the first and foremost point is that you have to be aware of the suffering that you are suffering in this world. Then you will able to make inquiry to mitigate your suffering. Like first of all, these people were hearing the radio. Then they got aware of the tidal waves and other natural disasters are coming. So first they got aware of the sufferings that are coming. Then they ran for shelter. Similarly, when you get aware of the sufferings within this world, the actual suffering, then only then you're gonna run for shelter. And those are the people who run for shelter, they go to spiritual master. Only those people who will accept Guru, who got aware of the sufferings of this world. If you haven't taken spiritual master, that means you are not aware of the sufferings of this world. That's why Ramayana says, Guru Pada Pankaj Seva Tisari Bhakti Aman. Take Guru and then he will tell you how to mitigate all these 7 kinds of trouble and go back to Godhead where there are no sufferings at all. That is called solutions to your problems. If you read Bhagavad Gita as it is, especially all the papers, because paper has been written by the Sadguru, Srila Prabhupada, you will definitely know how to get away from the sufferings and transfer yourself back to Godhead. So the main point in this lecture is that you will only run for shelter if you got aware of the sufferings that are coming. Similarly, you will only take Guru's shelter when you are aware of the sufferings of this world. If you haven't taken Guru, that means you are not aware of the seven sufferings of this world. So the Guru will tell you, the Vaishnava Guru only will tell you the ways and means how to get away from this suffering and get a permanent solution going back to Godhead, and thereby you will be there at kingdom of Krishna or Ram, and thereby you will get total peace and happiness.